Well, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm going to turn it over now to Dr. McLean to bring us our welcome, and then I will come back with our purpose and introduction of our speakers.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Myrick. And thank you to everyone who has joined us this evening. We are so excited about this opportunity. I look forward to this longstanding tradition in Granville County each year. I would like to welcome you to this, in my opinion, star-studded event, because we have students who are representing each of our high schools before you this evening to share with you reflections on their time here in Granville County Public Schools as they've matriculated through our school system and are now ready to take flight into the greater world. I would like to take this opportunity to thank their parents and guardians and all of the educators who've played a role in each of their lives this evening. And just know I'm looking forward to your comments and, students, your words of wisdom you leave behind for all of us to cherish this evening. So without further ado, I now turn it right over to Dr. Myrick.
Thank you, Dr. McLean, and good evening again to everyone. The purpose of our class of 2020 senior reflections: each year, each high school selects one graduating senior to reflect on their experience as a student in Granville County Public Schools. The senior reflections to the Board of Education is always an important moment for our school district. The COVID-19 pandemic has modified several senior class traditions and celebrations, and tonight is no exception in that the speeches will be given remotely. The class of 2020 has shown resilience and served as a role model for classes to come. Without further ado, our first speaker this evening will be Trinity Sierra Askew.
Before I begin my speech, I would just like to congratulate all of the seniors today for continuing to push through these not so very fun times. While this is supposed to be a time of our lives, we're celebrating completing a crucial role in our futures and beginning a new chapter to our own particular stories. The pages have seemed to mesh into one big bundle of continuous uncertainty. We are still persevering. Now, I know I'm supposed to follow those statements with phrases like follow your dreams, you can do anything, apply yourself, but it's hard to be positive during these trying times. So I'll reflect on my own past high school years for now. Freshman and sophomore year were difficult times for me personally. Along with struggling to be a stellar student, juggling my social life, needing to participate in every extracurricular there was, I felt that I was losing myself to a history of anxiety and depression. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, and it was hard to keep pushing for excellence when I was tired mentally and physically. Then I found Granville Academy. At first, I was very hesitant about trying online school because of the stigma of being lazy, unmotivated, and not academically challenging that comes with online school. But Granville Academy gave me the opportunity to excel in ways I didn't know I could. My friends, family, and a lady named Miss Glass were all very supportive of this change I was making with my academic career, and that pushed back any hesitation I had. If you don't know who Miss Glass is, she is the most supportive and uplifting counselor I will ever meet. She not only helped my mom and I navigate how to get me on the path to taking college courses, but she would also offer me courses I didn't even know existed. On top of her offering me all the academic support I needed, she constantly praises me for my dedication to my academics and my drive to becoming successful. Before Granville Academy, I didn't know why I was trying so hard to exceed in my education, besides keeping my mom happy. But I still found that drive. But I didn't have the drive to do things like get my license, attend a four-year university, or pursue the career that I so desperately wanted to have in music production. Now, after joining Granville Academy, I'm able to sort of drive. I found a job. I can balance my school and my work social life. I'm attending the college of my dreams in a few months, and I'm thriving mentally. I not only have seen a huge change on how I look at life, but I am developing into the young, independent woman that I've always dreamed of being. Now, it is time for me to reflect on my graduating class as a whole. Students, we are the voice of change for our country. We will be the voice that our future generations need. With recent events of activism and protests preceding the unjust murder of civilians like George Floyd, I feel that we can be the voice of reason. We will be the generation that makes us proud to be Americans. We will be what makes our country feel safe, secure, just, and peaceful. I not only strongly suggest all of you to educate yourselves on these complex issues that tear our nation apart, but I encourage you to be active now and after high school. Speak out on these uncomfortable topics. Let's fight alongside our LGBTQ peers, our peers of color, our disabled peers, etc. Let us be the allies that these groups prayed for in previous decades, and let's put our own individual agendas to the side to fight for what we need for the most, unity and justice. You will not only feel proud of what you have helped accomplish, but you will know you have helped achieve one thing, change. Thank you for the board for giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of Granville Academy in today's meeting, and I hope to leave my fellow seniors feeling inspired to speak up and take action. Thank you.
Thank you, Trinity, for those words. Our next speaker will be Amir Branch from Granville Early College High School.
Thank you. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
My name is Amir Branch, and I would like to reflect on my year in Granville County Public Schools. But since my mind isn't allowing me to remember my elementary and middle school days, I would like to reflect on my high school years. For me, entering high school, my years it wasn't very intimidating to me. However, I was anxious because I wasn't sure how my social life would be. And going into early college along with my friends going to their home schools, I wasn't sure how that would work out, along with the presence of how difficult early college would be. Especially after hearing stories about workloads and long nights, my freshman year came, and the stories definitely matched up with my experiences, and playing basketball didn't help very much. But the teachers were there to help me and ease us in. Although they did not make it easier, they supported us and gave us guidance in the right path. My freshman year was really the year that I acquired my healthy habits pertaining to school, because previously school was like a cakewalk to me. But freshman year matured me as a student and taught me traits such as diligence, tenacity, responsibility, poise, along with many other traits. Although the teachers were there to help and support and prepare us, they did not make the workload easy. I appreciate them for everything that they've done for me and helped me develop traits as a student and progress as a student throughout my high school career. Along with my peers, teachers, and staff at early college, being a part of the South Granville basketball team helped me out a lot. Coach Jake Wolfow allowed me to be a part of one of the best basketball programs and environments that I've ever been a part of. The basketball team helped me socially through high school, and I didn't just look at them as a basketball team, but I looked at them as a second family. These were the guys that I spent 6 days a week with hours at a time. We did things such as shared laughs together, cried together, worshiped together, ate, traveled, gave back to the community, as well as won and lost together. Just things that families do, and it will forever be cherished in my memories. I met some of my lifelong friends through this program, and Coach Dub was like a second father to us. He made sure we ate, protected us, made sure our grades were good, and made sure we were just genuinely good people. What stood out to me most throughout the years of playing basketball would be the 2019 and 2020 season. It started off as a regular team who would just have an average basketball year. But as the season went on, 1-0 became 5-0, 5-0 became 10-0, and eventually we were 30-0. And the things that we did were just unimaginable. Our senior night was broadcast on television. We won numerous tournament titles and championships, but what really stood out to me was how we touched the community, and we brought so much attention and good energy to Granville County. The games began to sell out, and they began to close. It was just a surreal moment. Unfortunately, the season didn't end the way we wanted it to. We did what we did, and we brought so much good energy and positivity to the community, and it was one of the best experiences that I've ever been a part of. I appreciate everything that Granville County's done for me, and Ms. Harris, my principal for Granville Early College, and I thank you for the board for allowing me to speak on my senior reflections. Now it's my time to continue my journey and see what the future has in store for me.
Thank you, Amir. Our next speaker this evening will be from J.F. Webb High School, and it is Milton Mann.
Good evening, Dr. McLean, Board Chairman Mr. Richardson, and board members and district leaders. My name is Milton Mann. I am a student at J.F. Webb High School, and 12 days from now I will graduate with the class of 2020. My experience at Granville County Schools started at West Oxford Elementary School. I do not have many memories of my first and second grade years there, but I do remember it was a good learning environment for children. After second grade, my mother transferred me to Stovall Shaw Elementary School. Here I would be challenged academically. I remember Miss Moore, who always looked out for her students and made sure we had a good learning environment. These actions helped me become more academically inclined. My journey continued on to Mary Potter Middle School. Here I would continue to grow academically and as a person. There were a few hardships, but I worked hard to get over them. I liked the ability to take high school credits in middle school. This gave me a jump in academics and made it easier to succeed in high school. The next part of the mountain was at JF Webb High School. I now realize these 4 years could possibly determine what you would do for the rest of your life. At JF Webb, I learned who I was, and I especially liked the Army JROTC class. This class substantially helped me process what I wanted to do and at the start of my adult life, and truly provided me with an understanding of who I am as a person. Colonel retired Lewis and Command Sergeant Siebert retired have helped me stay focused on school and physical health and conditioning. They have offered me so many opportunities that I never knew I would have. I also appreciate one of my English teachers, Miss Griffin. She has always been kind and fair to her students and gave many opportunities for students who may have fallen behind to catch back up. Now with my youth journey coming to an end, I will embark on a new adventure into the United States Army as a helicopter mechanic. Thank you for 12 good years of schooling.
Thank you so much, Milton. Our next speaker will be from JF Webb High School of Health and Life Sciences, Mary Catherine Burns.
Mr. Chairman, board members, Dr. McLean, and central office staff, good evening. My name is Mary Kate Burns, and I am proud to represent the JF Webb School of Health and Life Sciences tonight as I share with you my school reflections. It is finally here, the time my classmates and friends have been waiting for. After 13 years of alarm clocks, uncomfortable desks and chairs, cafeteria lunches, and final exams, it is time for graduation. This is not the senior year we had planned, but we can think of it as a lesson because things in life will not always be what we had planned. I am proud to say that I spent all 13 of my school years in the Granville County school system, Stovall Shaw Elementary, Mary Potter Middle, and JF Webb School of Health and Life Sciences. On my first day of school as a kindergartner, Miss Amy Rice, the assistant principal, stood at the front door and welcomed me in. When I graduate 2 weeks from now, Miss Amy Rice, my principal, will hand me my diploma. It is ironic that in a world where so many things change, numerous things in life stay the same. When I started kindergarten at Stovall Shaw Elementary, I was taught and given the opportunity to soar. Moving into Mary Potter Middle, I, along with many of my classmates, started to face many of the obstacles and barriers that often plague middle school students. But because of the relationships I formed, I learned to push through. Once I walked to the doors of JF Webb, life became very different. Each decision I made, every class I chose, and every relationship I formed held the key to my future. Now, due to the help of everyone throughout the years, I'll be accomplishing my dream. In the fall, I'll be attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. The journey has not always been fun or easy, but I did it. While my family and friends gave me the motivation, my teachers are the ones that guided me and kept me moving forward toward success. Several teachers have made an everlasting impression on me. Miss Holly Carroll, my third grade teacher, never failed to make me laugh, do my best, and promise to tell my mom a friend if I got out of line. Miss Tracy Lumpkins and Miss Leah Ashley Huff both made me see math in a new light. They challenged me, pushed me, but most importantly supported me throughout my time in middle school. Mr. Jeff Nelson, who without saying made me see the humor in all things, never failed to brighten my day and was the one that inspired me to reach for what I wanted in life. He is the reason I plan to be a journalist. His words often crossed my mind when I questioned my path. Mary, you can talk more than anyone I know about almost anything. So there you go, a famous news anchor or talk show host in the making. Without these teachers, I would have not enjoyed school nearly as much as I did, nor would I have learned as much as I have. There is a famous quote that says, Life is about the journey, not the destination. Many of my teachers helped define my journey, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and the structure to accomplish my goals, my dream. You gave me a chance. I promise I will take advantage of it. I hope to continue to make you proud in the future, and I leave with 3 things that will forever be my guide. I will always seek to soar like a snowball-shell eagle, push through obstacles like a Mary Potter ram, and stand and fight when necessary like a JF Web warrior. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Our next speaker is from Granville Central High School, Nicholas Ray Johnson.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Greetings to all that have tuned in on this meeting, and a special greetings to all the school board chairman, and Mr. Richardson, and our superintendent, Dr. McLean. My name is Nicholas Johnson, and I'm a senior at Granville Central High School. In my journey from kindergarten to 12th grade, I am proud to say that I've been a part of Granville County Public Schools the entire time. I remember my first day of kindergarten at Creekmore Elementary and how nice and sweet my teacher, Miss Green, was. I remember my bus driver, Miss Hayes, who would always talk to me whenever I sat behind her to and from school. I remember my first day of 6th grade at Butner STEM Middle School, talking about how nervous we were and what we think middle school would be about. And then there was 9th grade at Granville Central High School, where I think I had the most memorable first day. I walked into school and was immediately taken by surprise when I saw what seemed to be grown adults walking around with book bags on. Later that day, after my second period, I went down the stairs into my third period, which was in the CTE wing, which is really hard to find at the time. When I finally got to the room, I walked in and there was nothing but empty desks and no teachers to be found. I had to find a school staff member who helped me figure out that I was supposed to be at lunch at the time. Overall, I'm thankful for my teachers that I built relationships with, and I would like to give a special thanks to my 4th grade teacher, Miss Claire, who was one of my favorite teachers. She was really cool and really nice, and I remember every time there was cake passed out for her birthday, she always gave me one of her cupcakes since she didn't eat them. And also I'd like to brag on my Spanish teacher, Miss Owens, who is really nice, really sweet, and she's the absolute bomb. I love her going to her class and having discussions about life and advice for things in the future. I love that class so much that on a school trip to Tennessee, I FaceTimed one of my friends in the class just so I could talk to Miss Owens. Throughout my high school years, I'm proud to say that I've achieved much academic success, and I've been a three-time student merit, and I've been on the A and AB honor roll for each semester. I don't say this to brag, but to let everyone know that I worked hard to achieve these things, and that this is the advice that I give to my class of 2020. You reap what you sow, which means if you put in a lot of work, you'll get a good reward in the long run. But if your work is lazy, then don't expect such a great reward. I say that to say this. We've got to be strong-minded and have a hard work ethic going into this new chapter in our lives. Some of us are going to college, some of us are going to the workforce, and some of us are going to serve our country. But we won't get anywhere by just sitting around and doing nothing. Life isn't going to hand us anything, so it's up to us to put the work in and sow our rewards. And lastly, I would like to say that time doesn't wait for no one. We hear older folks saying this all the time. It seems like only yesterday that we were the youngest in our school, and we watched the kids go on to the next level in their lives, and now we are those older kids. And now we're moving forward in life. Now we're making our family proud and our friends proud. Now it's time to leave our mark in this world, so don't wait to do your best. Before you know it, time would have already passed by. So let's show everyone what the class of 2020 is all about. And to my classmates, I love you all so much. Thank you for all the great memories.
Thank you, Nicholas. And our final speaker for the evening is South Granville High School. It's from South Granville High School, Renee Boone.
Good evening, Dr. McLean, Mr. Richardson, and Granville County Board of Education. My name is Renee Boone, and I am honored to be speaking on behalf of my senior class at South Granville High School. These past 4 years have been nothing short of incredible. I've been a part of South Granville's softball team all 4 years, and it has been quite an experience. My journey started when I came in as a freshman, scared and intimidated, But then, with the help of my amazing coach, I transformed into one of the role models and leaders of my team my senior year. Losing the state title my freshman year just made it that much more beautiful and rewarding when we came back my sophomore year and won the state championship. That is one of the greatest memories I will ever have. Softball at South Granville taught me how to be a leader, how to become an effective team player in life, and it brought me some of my closest friends. Coach Day taught us that it's not all about winning, but the best part is having fun and spending quality time with your teammates and playing the game you love. My teachers throughout high school have shaped me into the person I am today. Even the teachers who never actually taught me in a class setting still impacted me at South Granville, and that makes me think of Mr. Jones. He was our VE teacher, and I never had him, but he was always there for me. I appreciate the love and dedication our teachers showed to all of our students. I am grateful to have had teachers who care more about who I am as a person and building my character than the grades I obtained from their courses. And that reminds me of Mr. Johnson, my calculus teacher. Some of my best memories are due to being involved in numerous clubs that are offered at SG where the students can tackle and take control of everything themselves. I learned how to manage my time and how rewarding it is to create something special for my peers and myself through student council and the Ashboro Leadership Retreat. I was able to have these quality experiences and opportunities because I attended South Granville. The thing I enjoyed most about high school is the feeling of family throughout our school. I loved attending sporting events and games to show my support and cheer for my fellow peers. Viking pride is no joke, and I am so proud to be a Viking. This last year might not have worked out the way we all hoped, but I will forever be grateful to South Granville and all the staff members for my unforgettable high school journey. This fall, I plan to attend East Carolina University and graduate with my BSN and become a fertility nurse. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much, Renee. At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to our board chairman, Reverend David Richardson.
Thank you. I would like to take the opportunity to congratulate you as well as thank our seniors that spoke this afternoon. Congratulations for finishing strong and reaching a milestone in your life. Your high school graduation will be a day that you will never forget, especially in the special circumstances we find ourselves in this year. And thank you for representing Granville County Public Schools well. You have chosen today to share your perspective of your years as a student and how you demonstrated that Granville County Public Schools are truly on the move and well on our way to becoming a world-class district, because I can just imagine all of the places each of you will impact throughout our world. I commend you and remind you now that Granville County and its residents have invested in your education, and you should invest in the world that you are taking part in, perhaps right here even in Granville County. So again, we'd like to thank you for all of your accomplishments, all of your hard work, and just for being great students. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson. At this time,
Dr. Myrick, I have one more item that I'd like to add. Before we hear from Dr. Myrick about our instructions for our board meeting, I'd like to recognize one more individual. Last month, we received the news that our board clerk, Ms. DeWanda Pettaway, would be finishing her time with us. It has been a pleasure and a joy to serve with Ms. Pettaway, and we appreciate all that she has done the last 2 years as board clerk and several years in our finance department before that. A couple weeks ago, board members and central office staff were able to see her and thank her. And I, on behalf of our Board of Education and Superintendent, would like to present to her this plaque for her service with us. Ms. Pettaway, we want to thank you for a job well done, and we wish you all the luck in the future.